Hello, it's ShadeX, and welcome to the Anime Dudes podcast. Now let's get animated.
Season
Hey, welcome to season 2.
Oh, woo.
Woo!
Exciting.
Yay. Batman podcast. Oh.
Don't you guys love Batman? I love Batman so much.
Oh
Yeah.
This is a
Vader is
Batman
best.
themed podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman.
Great in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I love Image Comics even better. You know, that's superior to Marvel, obviously.
Oh, Savage Dragon and whatever shit Rob Liefeld did in the 90s.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that Spawn movie, but that has no joy according to Todd McFarlane.
I'm
Todd.
looking forward to it. We totally haven't passed the edgy early 2000s superhero movies.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
wait for all
This
of the
is
Rob
totally going to
Liefeld
be better than Spider-Man 3.
characters. Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Are you excited for a fighting American movie? Oh, well.
Oh Lord.
That was a character he created because I think he lost the rights to Captain America when he moved over to Image. So he was just like, I'm going to make my own with blackjack and hookers. It's going to be great.
That sucks. Like, if you lose the rights, why like another version?
So he just made his own, and it's like, oh, he did that all the time. Like, he kept ripping off characters like Cable. I think he did one called Cord, and it's essentially just Cable when red. I think
It's like,
or I
it's
mixed them
weird.
together.
Like, it doesn't need to exist, really.
Ugh.
So yeah, so what we doing? What's the podcast about? It's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's cool. So the main topic, I assume, is Into the Spider-Verse, which I think we've all seen at this point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So yeah, Becky, you actually are Spider-Man. So why don't you start? What's this documentary about yourself?
Oh, right, shoot. New guest. Introduce yourself.
Wait, do we have to introduce ourselves like in the Spider-Verse film?
You can. More or less.
I thought we were going for a theme there. Like, all right, let's go over this one last time. My name is Becky Morrison, and I've blah, blah, blah.
If you want to.
And for 3 years, I've been known as Spider-Man. It's HexenBex or Spider-Bex, whatever.
What do you do?
What do I do? Oh, okay, that is the question. So basically in my day-to-day life, for fun, I guess, like you follow me as HexenBex, Instagram and Twitter. Totally not shouting myself out. And then, it's like, I used to be quite fond of art, but I kind of been lacking motivation. But I'm getting there. Been quite acquainted as well with like Godzilla Mendoza, Beefy Whip. I can't remember his full username, but
That's cool. You also do like cosplays in it as well.
yeah, I did say I do cosplays. Like mainly, I'm mostly known as Spider-Man cosplayer, but trying to expand my my ideas for other characters like that isn't in red and blue spandex and refers to arachnids. If you get my drift.
Yeah.
You did a good Daredevil one.
Oh yeah, I'm working on Daredevil currently, and I am trying to make a video on it actually. But that's all I will say.
That's for the new season, right?
Yeah,
In
like
preparation.
I'm doing like a mixture. Like I'm actually kind of doing three of the suits at once. Like I'm purchasing like the season 1 suit first, and then I'm like, okay, if that doesn't work out, I could just adjust the suit slightly and just get a different helmet, and and that would be the season 2 suit. And I've already done like the season 3 vigilante suit, or the masked man suit as other people call it. I might be remaking that, but like for cosplay tutorial, and I'm still working at the kinks. I have so many video ideas that I'm working on at the moment, where I'm not just doing cosplay, where I'm wanting to do like actual reviews or sketches, referring to like like Marvel and DC. It's just a matter of when and how, and so. It's a work in progress, if I say so myself. I'm not as organized as people make it out to be. I'm just like, I'm more of the like last minute thing where it just pops into my head and I'm like, oh, there's an idea, I'm going to do that like immediately or as soon as I can, without any thought or process to put into it whatsoever. I mean, I do put like thought and process into it, but it's just more of the on the go where I basically do my best work improvised, where it's just like, oh, that's happening, boom, I'm gonna do it, kind of thing. I don't just like, oh, I'm gonna schedule this, schedule that, and I'm just like, nah,
sure. Just kind of do as you do.
Yeah, just go for it, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah, a prime example would be actually my recent cosplay tutorial, where like a lot of people are like, they script their lines, where I'm just like, no, I just improvised all those lines. I just recorded random snippets of audio clips and just was like, is that good? Okay, yeah, just going in there. I don't care if it's awkward.
That's pretty cool.
If I'm going to be more sappy about it, it's like, I'm speaking from the heart, if anything.
I think it's good because it's like you can kind of just. It's kind of sometimes it's better to just kind of speak your mind instead of always thinking about the same joke over and over again. Like, is this funny? Is it not? And just if you just say it, then you can just choose. So,
yeah. Like, I mean,
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be like, it can be a bit difficult where you can tread on stuff where it's like, oh wait, I already just said that earlier. So yeah, there's pros and cons for both sides of things, where you're improvising it and then when you're trying to like schedule it. It's just how we all deal with it, I guess, in our own way. Some people manage to pull it off. I don't. And well, like I don't. No, I mean, like some people do, some people don't.
Yeah,
it's just matter of works, really.
All right,
Joe, what do you do?
Oh, wait, I was supposed to do the Spider-Verse thing, right?
Oh yeah.
How does it go? I forget.
all right. Let's start from the beginning.
Oh yeah, let me start from the beginning. I am Spider Joe, variant of Veridis Joe branded day, because it is a spider themed podcast. You know, I save the world by talking about cartoons and other things, and I do it in style, and I love doing it. And sometimes I hate doing it, and I love being here today with you guys talking about spider people.
Oh,
Nice.
we're flattered.
I had this
Thank
whole
you, Joe.
bit-
Very cool.
I had this whole bit planned.
Oh,
Rip. You can definitely tell we've been away.
Oh yeah, we are definitely out of practice, but we do have one thing that we can do, and that is talk about Into the Spider-Verse, the reason we're all dressed like this.
yeah. I
Wait,
mean,
we're-
that's just my normal attire. I don't know what you're on about.
It's completely normal to be in all spandex. What do you mean? It's like,
Hold
you know,
on,
it's
hold on.
normal.
Wait.
Get with the crowd, man.
We gotta
It's the new
stop.
thing.
We gotta stop the podcast for a second. Wait, we're supposed to dress up.
You didn't know it was on the memo. You didn't know?
You're already
Oh,
dressed
shit,
up.
I'm-
Look at the picture.
I'm dressed
I
up
mean-
like Robin.
I mean, I'm wearing my Midtown High T-shirt. Does
Oh.
that count?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm dressed up
It
like
counts.
Robin from Batman, and my legs are really cold.
Oh.
So like the
I'm
old
dressed-
Robin.
Oh,
with
so you're Dick
shorts.
Grayson,
Like,
Robin.
Yeah, from like the not the live action 60s, but like the cartoon one where he wasn't wearing like tights underneath.
Oh.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
It's January.
Ew, it's
Yes,
January.
In the middle of January. Why are you wearing that?
I'd like to take this moment to talk about the Queen of England, and no, I don't get this meme.
What?
Do you know what I'm talking? Have you heard of this thing on Twitter People keep because this one guy called Beefy Cabbage predicted that the Queen of England is going to die on the 5th of January, and everyone's going nuts about it. And everyone's like, "Guys, let's just pretend that she did." I'm like, "No,
That would be terrible.
yeah." I'm really sorry. I just dated this podcast, but I'm really sorry. But yeah,
Now they know. Well, they don't know which 5th of January.
So
Yes,
it's fun.
this is be 2099. Shoot, I probably just dated this podcast.
That was Doctor
You
Doom.
probably,
No,
you probably did.
it'll be a while before it comes extremely dated, though. We got some time.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Into the Spider.
All right, so what did everybody think of Into the Spider-Verse?
Amazing.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I saw it twice.
Wish I could have saw it twice. I saw it with friends.
Twice. Try 4.
Oh,
Oh.
I've seen it twice.
Racking them up.
Like basically what I will say about into like if you were to give me like the short version, I would basically say it's just as good as Spider-Man 2. I know that's a bold statement, but I'm sticking by it.
We've got that meme
okay.
back there. And in
I'd
fact,
say
it
so.
spawned a few memes of its own, like
No,
that.
I
Put
like
the
what I
hand on
really
the
liked
shoulder
about
meme.
Into the Spider-Verse is that it mixed Miles Morales' origin story with the Spider-Verse, like a bit of the Spider-Verse like story, kind of like it was his own thing, but like they incorporated that idea of there being like a Spider-Verse, but they also intertwined it with his origin story, which for the most part was the same as it was in the comics for the most part.
Yeah, it's an origin story. And what happened? Who do we lose? Hello, guys. Oh shoot! I think they lost me. Be back in a second. Technical difficulties.
So as you can clearly hear, Drake Star's Discord disconnected. He was recording the podcast and this just happened. I really should have been recording this episode, but I didn't. So there's a few minutes of this podcast that's officially lost media. Anyway, back to the podcast. You just missed a couple minutes. Hopefully this never happens again, because from now on I'll make sure to record the podcast as well.
As a life-threatening situation, he was like, he basically was like jaded and said that everything's always the same, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
But, like,
he was just
needed,
like, I just don't
you know,
care anymore. I just like it's
yeah,
pointless.
exactly. He needed like the refreshing, like I guess like change of like having to teach somebody else how to do it.
Yeah, like, and it's just like he's just grown so like because of all the the stuff he's been through. Like first off losing his Uncle Ben, and then like getting constantly beat up by villains, losing his Aunt May, getting divorced by MJ. I mean, that does a lot to him, and he becomes
Yeah,
depressed.
definitely.
He becomes so depressed. He's isolating himself around the world. Like it's even like questionable if he even like fights crime anymore. Like he just sits there just like crying to himself in his like costume in this like really cheap apartment, and he's just so miserable. And it's like it's kind of reflecting about how most people are nowadays. And it kind of reaches you on a personal level where it's just like, oh my god, this is me. This is like my life is going nowhere like him. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's like I think it works for kids and people seeing them.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
like I learned from Pisa that if he can be chubby and fight crime, then so can I.
Yeah, I kind of
totally exactly.
body. Yeah, like body
as you said in the
positivity, where
movie,
it's
it was the dimensional warping.
'Cause I have the same stomach as Pisa, just like that ugly, like flat top muffin thing, and it's like, ugh. But, yeah. Oh,
You could fit in the suit. That's all you. As long as you could fit in the suit, there's no problem.
Yeah.
It will eventually fit.
Eventually, it'll happen. Eventually, don't call it spandex for a reason.
I mean, it stretches. It's cool. It's fine. I know this. I'm a cosplayer.
okay.
I can confirm this. Okay,
Can
whatever.
can confirm.
Yeah, like MythBusters, leave this out. We've already solved it.
We
Adam
don't
Sav-
need him here.
Adam Savage as Spider-Man.
Speaking of which, I
Oh my God.
loved Nick Cage as Spider Noir. He just fit too perfectly.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, yeah.
That was Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you know?
I didn't even know. I swear to God.
He was
Like, it's
He was
so...
he was great.
Like,
No, Spider Noir was great. He was great.
like...
His deadpan
It's-
delivery fit Spider Noir perfectly.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you would think it would be like when I first heard it announced, it was like, no, come on, this is a joke, right? There's no way Nicolas Cage is playing Spider-Man Noir by that chance. No, it turned out to be true, and not only that, he was freaking amazing. Like, it oddly fitted him so damn much. Like, I think what's also, like, oh, there's so many great things about this film. I think it's just the voice cast, like, every bit of dialogue was written not only for each character perfectly, but for each actor playing those characters perfectly.
They got the roles to like capture them like absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, like the
it
absolute
fit them so well.
essence of each character is unreal. And it's just like, you don't hear these actors trying to play a role. You hear the characters as they should.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't hear.
Exactly.
I don't hear.
Like I said, I didn't know it was Nick Cage. Like I had no idea.
See,
that's
that good?
that's a good That's a good performance then. If you can't tell, like if you look at say Superman Returns, I don't think of it's Brendan Fraser, isn't it? I just I'm like, oh, that's the guy from The Mummy.
Brandon, no, it's Brandon Ruth.
What? It's not.
Brandon Ruth, not Brendan Fraser.
It's not Brendan Ruth.
Brendan Fraser.
I
Brendan
was
Fraser
about
as
to
Superman.
say.
Hang on, let me let this up.
That's
Can you
keyboard.
imagine Brandon Fraser as Superman?
Oh god.
Yeah, coming here to save the world.
What? This is the first of ever.
I'm from Krypton. Yeah.
Oh, he was in Scott Pilgrim.
Wait, Brendan Fraser?
No, Brendan Ruth.
This is turned into the Brendan Fraser podcast. That's what
Welcome
it
to the
is
Brendan
now.
Fraser podcast.
Yeah, but Brendan Fraser is playing. He is Robot Man or
okay.
whoever in Doom Patrol.
Yeah, he's a guy who fought the Mummy 3 times. No, twice.
All right, guys, you need to cut this bit out. Yeah, cut this bit out, please. I don't want to have my mistake in. So if you could edit it out, that'd be great. Thank you.
I picked the wrong time for my feed to cut out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
About the character designs in Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I love Spider-Ham. And now, it wasn't just the fact that he was just a pig and a cartoon pig, but they actually squashed and stretched him like he should. He acted like he was in his universe.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's weird, like say if you're watching a cartoon, and like usually when you're watching a cartoon and they're watching a cartoon, like in the cartoon, like it'll be like a heavily simplified, like more simple version of it, to illustrate that there's like a downgrade in like quality, like or it's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, like
different characters looking on the TV and they see like a cartoon in their universe and it's something simple. But like, in this universe, obviously everyone's animated, but everyone who's not Spider-Ham is supposed to be treated like is in a realm of reality, like more realistic than he is. So they had to find a way to make him look more cartoonish.
Yeah, you had to exaggerate him even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like basically a Looney Tune cartoon in like almost 3-dimensional animation.
And I love that
Basically.
line near the end, like, you look like a little cartoon. You got a problem with
Did it
cartoons.
feel like a
You got a
cartoon?
problem with cartoons.
Did that one
Then
feel like
he's
a
like-
cartoon to you?
Am I
Did I
allowed
feel
to
like a
say this?
cartoon?
He's like, am I allowed to say this? That's all, folks. Or
Are you allowed to say that legally?
I like the item he gave Miles at the end. He's like, here, it fits in your pocket.
It'll fit in your pocket.
the mallet, the
mallet,
cartoon mallet.
And then the Nick
Well, that's the
Cage
thing.
one,
Yeah,
I'm taking this cube with me. I don't understand it, but
I'm
I don't know
gonna
what
figure
it
it out.
was, but I don't know. I'll figure it out somewhere.
but I really like the character design. Like it's like kind of realistic, but comic booky at the same
Well,
time.
it's noir. It's
Yeah,
very noir.
The entire movie had this like layer of Ben Day dots all over it.
It was so good.
Yeah, the comic book dots. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. No, I absolutely like love that style. Like, cause it's also like you the thing about Spider-Verse is that like so far there's like never been like a movie like this stylistically like diverse and like specific like in its own thing.
Yeah. Like there was even like, well, that's the thing, like you mentioned like how Spider-Ham was so like different compared to the other ones, but even then like noir, like basically only Gwen, Peter, and Miles were in the same sort of animation style, like when it comes to like their designs, whereas noir, like yeah, he's in black and white, and is like, wait, is his costume actually black and white, or is it just like how he would be in his own universe? And then there's Penny Parker, who's like this like over exaggerated anime like character, and a lot of people like an issue with that. Oh wow, what was that?
That's scary.
I didn't have an issue with it. I don't know like why people did.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, she's just a parody of anime and manga, and I'm like, well, if you read the original like actual comic revolving around Penny Parker, that's the point. She's supposed to be the satire of like anime culture within like manga and comics. It's just like like this so like it gives a bit more insight. But like but overall, every design in the character is like so different, and yet they don't blend in so well, and yet they do at the same time. It's like you can tell
like they're different, but they're still, you can tell they're from the same movie. Yeah,
like there's no like distraction. Like it's not like distracting to look at. It's not like it's just like so out of place. It's just so matched really well. Like they're
not
actually
jarring or uncanny.
Like they're perfectly integrated into their universe.
It's essentially the same comic book style, but with different tweaks depending on their universe.
Pretty much.
Like Spider-Ham would be like one of those Sunday morning time cartoons, and like Penny would obviously be like a manga, and Spider-Man
and Nora would be Noir.
Noir.
Pretty much.
I am curious about Penny though, because I thought it was going to be that thing where when there's a new Marvel cartoon that comes out, they're quick to say this takes place on Earth 106 whatever, but in the movie they actually did them like they're from the real Earths. But my only like question is Penny Parker's like mech suit is like completely different, so is it like canon that she changed it to in the comics, it's like a robot spider. It's like an actual robot Spider-Man, and in the movie, it's like this cute little like orb.
I think it's just to save confusion of like I don't know if they're exactly the same, or it's just it's just an interpretation. Because if that was the case, Miles would be exactly like his comic book counterpart.
That's true.
I prefer this design over his comic book counterpart, because I've had the Miles comics for like a while. But like I love how his suit is in this comics, like over the regular.
Yeah, it's just like what was I gonna say? Like I like Miles, like not only just the design of Miles' costume better than his comic counterpart, but I also like the weight it carries. Like
like it's a representation of himself.
Basically, like he made it himself, and not only that, but it also was like a mantle, like from Spider-Man, like from Peter Parker to him, because in the comic, Shield just gives him the suit based on one of his illustrations that he did. Yeah. But in the film, where like Miles, he takes the suit for himself, and like Aunt May knew he would come and come and like want to fight, want to help the other spiders, and so she like basically gives him like his blessing, and like gives him the suit to alterate and make his own. And I think that carries much more like depth within like the mantle of being Spider-Man, where it's again showing off how more unique he is about like it's like showing his artistic side, because one of the like, I'll actually tell you something I kind of like chatted about with other friends, right? I kind of was like having a bit of a rant going on, and I'm saying like, you know what I have not seen with any Spider-Man adaptation? A Spider-Man who's an artist. Every one of them I've seen, or nearly every one of them I've seen, has always been into science for some reason. And I understand that due to, like, say, web shooters or, like, you know, the fact that it was a part of a science experiment where they got bitten by the spider, all that jazz, right? But the fact of their career choice, it's like, it's always science. And I'm like, why? Like, Gwen is, like, into music and drumming. And it's like, okay, cool. But, like, oh, come on, can we see an artist? And this film basically heard what I said, and I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Like Miles, like his like the thing is he's not like this stereotypical like you know, Peter Parker smart kid who gets powers and like makes his own stuff. Like he's like just some regular like urban kid, you know, who's just he's like some regular kid who like gets this like bestowed upon him in like a circumstance where he has to take over because of, you know, great power, great responsibility. So it's like he has like, you know, he has to like learn quick, you know, and like learn all the things that he's supposed to, because it isn't like you know, like he it isn't like it's like his thing, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, is this a spoiler-free podcast, or can we just talk about it?
I already did a. Okay.
Like, let people know, like, oh yeah, this is going into spoiler territory. Plus, it has been a while since the film was out, so.
Yeah. What? Like, and spoilers skip to blank, like when you editing.
Yeah.
I do like that one bit. I do like when he's Miles is creating I guess really kind of creating the costume. It's kind of like a little bit of a callback to when he's making his graffiti tags.
Yeah.
I just love the graffiti spider. Like, I'd get that as a t-shirt. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
So one of my friends pointed out that the suit is really cool, but like that's spray paint on a suit.
Yeah, as a cosplayer, I kind of question that. I'm like, wouldn't the suit crust every time you moved?
Well, actually, it's Marvel spray paint.
Suspicion of disbelief helps me out here, but like in the realm of like reality, that get extremely uncomfortable.
It's actually the same spray paint that they use in Jet Set Radio. So, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously.
Well,
yeah,
there you go.
They just went into another universe to steal some spray paint.
That's they got it for that specific purpose.
Yeah.
What was one of the shops that got affected by
Where's Jet Set Spider?
Yeah, pretty much.
Understand the power of Spider.
What?
I saw some spider. I saw a spider Sona on like Instagram. A few of them are like incorporating the graffiti thing because, like you said, there are a lot of artists out there that want to be represented with like, you know, like a artsy spider.
Oh yeah, I love that spider sonas are a thing now.
Oh, that's
that's cool.
Yep.
Like I've seen so many good ideas and so many creative designs.
Like, yeah, that last line at the end, anyone can be Spider-Man, I think that really hit people, like, more than, like, people, like, it's basically been said for years when, like, Stan Lee created Spider-Man that anyone can wear a mask. But now this film has, like, made it, like, more, like, it's pointed out even more, and people are, like, inspired by it. They're just like, oh my god, that can be me? And then we're like, yes, it can.
And now, I think it was actually kind of a good idea that they had more Spider-Man and women, because sure, you might have the kid like, oh, I could be Spider-Man, but then kids could now see that film, but like, I could be like this Spider-Man, or I could be like Gwen or Noir, or who like
you're not limited to just the red costume or
because deep down, if you look at Spider-Man, a kid could be like, I could be like him, but his name still is Spider-Man, and he still is Peter Parker at the end of the day. But because you've got like Gwen and Penny and Peter from Noir and like Spider-Man, then you got kids like, oh, I could be like the cartoon pig because I'm crazy like that or someone.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of people don't realize, because like, you know, obviously like us growing up and like people older than me and like others, like the only Spider-Man that we've known like in theatrical like representation and on TV has been, you know, the regular like Spider-Man or if not Ultimate, like, you know, the regular red and blue, you know, Peter Parker. But like this is like the first like instance of us seeing like a different Spider-Man. Like the movie even opens up like, oh yeah, you already know who I am. I'm Peter Parker. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. And then it immediately cuts to Miles, different person.
I love how they established that he is the Spider-Man from the live action movies with that dance scene.
They had the scene with the car and with him dancing. Like that's obviously Raimi.
I did this. Let's not talk about it.
They had the same music, didn't they?
They did. Yeah. I believe they. Yeah, because it's that same.
It actually turns out it's just obscure references because remember in that universe, Peter Parker has the web shooters, and then in the Raimi films, he has organic.
Yeah, probably is a reference. Yeah, because
it's just films, he has organic.
But yeah, there was many references in that. There was like the Raimi films. There was Homecoming with the bridge scene.
There was that.
And then there was even.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. And there was even like a couple of PS4 Spider-Man references, like one being the suit in the Spider Cave, and then there was another shot, like spoilers, when Miles is like trying to fight. I think he was fighting Kingpin, or no, he was trying to get to the Switch before the Kingpin fight, and he's like basically falling through the buildings, and the way he's posed is like in the Spider-Man PS4 trailer, the first one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow.
Oh yeah. Also, the Spider-Man PS4 suit was in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? I didn't know that.
It was in the cave. It really was. It was like in like 3 different shots.
I do like that they referenced the Spider-Man behind the desk meme in the post credits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It's this
credit scene with Miguel O'Hara, 2099 Spider-Man. He was like, "Are you pointing at me? Are you accusing me of pointing at you?"
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious.
The first time I saw the film, I was with my friend Joe, and he was like, "All right, the credits are here. Let's go." I'm like, "No, I don't like leaving. Could be a post credit." He's like, "No, let's leave." I was kicking myself because I found out about that post credit and I saw it again, and that was the best thing.
Yep.
Because like it happened at like the last, like after the credits and the credits.
Yeah. There was a scene.
I was like, "Hold on." I was like, "Hold on. There's something."
It was something.
I just like how they just even bothered with that. There's just something so throwaway, and it's just amazing.
No, because I saw in the credits it had original 60s animation licensed by Marvel Entertainment, and I was like, original 60s animation. I was like, what is that? And then I was like, that must be the after credits or something. And then the after credits turned Miguel O'Hara, and then I was like, oh, something serious about to happen, but no, he just lands by 60s Spider-Man.
I do have a question. Who voiced Miguel O'Hara?
The guy who played Poe Dameron, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember either. No.
Because I thought he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too.
Yeah,
I have a history with 2099 Spider-Man because I bought Edge of Time. Like, well, no, my aunt bought it for me when I was young.
Love that game.
I played through the game. But the thing, I played through it thinking there was a free roam afterwards, thinking I'd like be around in the city of 2099, and like me being like I probably had to be like 8 or 9, and like this was like a pretty, I guess, like difficult game for my age. So I thought I accomplished something, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to like get my free roam in, and then it just went to the title screen. I was like, oh okay. I wish that they had the alternate suits in the Xbox version. They only had it in the Wii version. They had like the Miles Morales suit and like other suits.
Wait, did you play the Wii version of Edge of Time?
I played the Xbox version.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that must have been playing the Wii version of like any game must be like a real challenge.
Yeah.
Must be. I know that there's a for anything, yeah.
Because you got to stand up and you got to like move your arm. And...
You got to be a super jack Chad to do that. You know, only Chads play Nintendo.
Only fucking Chads.
Oh yeah, but me and when I was introduced to Spider-Man 2099, it was because at the comic book store I went to, like I always bought comics, and the comic store clerk, he like always slipped in some free comics, so I always got an issue of Spider-Man 2099 and the Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Huh, that's neat.
Was weird with me when how I got into Spider-Man 2099 is it wasn't even like through like the general like general like Spider-Man media, it was actually because of wrestling, and I thought he just
Wrestling.
looked like a like. But yeah, because like his suit is based on Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
But the main reason I did it was because like I was really obsessed with wrestling when I was little, and I just thought he looked like a full spandex Rey Mysterio.
I love Rey Mysterio from 2099.
Rey Mysterio from 2099. I like I'm like upset that like no one ever talks about Spider-Man Unlimited. That's like my favorite, like one of my favorite like Spider-Man cartoons. I love it.
Spider-Man Unlimited. That lasted 13 episodes.
Yeah. 13 episodes and it ended on a cliffhanger.
Even though it was called Unlimited.
It's quite underrated. So many awesome ideas, but it just like it had still such a long journey to go, and it just wasn't given a chance.
I think
it's like it wasn't like it was ahead of its time.
I think that universe is dead though.
Yeah.
In Spider-Verse, they were going around killing like what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, or that it's universe where Spider-Man kept the armor suit. I think they're all pretty much dead at this point.
Yeah, probably. That
M,
cartoon mixed like the idea with the High Revolutionary and like the Bestials and like other things, which are like from, I believe the High Evolutionary is from like Captain Marvel or something. I don't remember. Yeah, it was a pretty weird thing for like the 90s. So I imagine it. Plus, it was pretty jarring. Like probably after like the animated series, which had a long longevity and like it concluded like normally, and then to see something like completely different in style and tone probably was like weird for kids.
Yeah. And I just thought it was cool that Spider-Man had like that cape thing.
I love like the suit. That was such a cool suit.
Yeah, it was like.
It really was.
See, Spider-Man does have a cape. It's not stupid when I wear one.
But yeah, actually,
Spider-Man does have a cape.
The 90s Spider-Man... Wait, did you say the 90s Spider-Man had an ending, or...?
No, it didn't. Oh, well, wait, you mean like... Unlimited didn't, but I think the other...
Not Unlimited. No, the animated series, it had like the, like after the Secret Wars.
I think they were planning more like episodes afterwards, but then of course they canceled it. So they basically had to end it on a very abrupt ending where it's like, okay, let's make it quite epic. Let's have like Spider-Verse, like the very first Spider-Verse to be shown on screen. And then with
all the different Spider people and Spider Carnage,
and then it's like left with a semi cliffhanger going like, oh, I'll find MJ. I'm gonna find MJ, and then we just never found her.
It was a cliffhanger. It was a cliffhanger.
And there was a script. Like they had a Kickstarter, and like we'll give out this script if this Kickstarter is successful, but it was never successful. So
the 2000, I think it was 2003 or 2002, the one on MTV. Yeah. It ended kind of on a cliffhanger with Spider-Man like not being Spider-Man, but then like debating on if he should or shouldn't. Like it was like up to interpretation, I guess you could say.
I couldn't watch that show. Like, I never saw it when it came out back then, but I tried watching it quite recently. I just don't like the animation. It's just kind of too jarring.
No, I don't really like it. It's like when like what is that type of style of animation? What is it?
It
looks like Ruby.
I want to say like cell shading, but like I don't know. I think there is cell shading in it.
It was like one of the last shows by Studio Mainframe, the people who made Reboot.
Yeah.
Around that time, like CGI completely made CGI like cartoons were like really uncanny and like weird looking because like it was the new technology and like that was like because at first people would use CG as like assets and not a full thing and like making a full CG cartoon had to be pretty jarring and rocky to start off with.
It's not even like the animation that issue with. It was the pacing of that animation that really bothered me because there was like
weird.
It was just like every scene ended in like like every little clip like frame was like ending in like milliseconds, like not even like under like over like 1 second. And it's like, like you're trying to like take a grasp of what's going on in the environment and with the characters, but there's like so many different angles like being shown at you at once. It's like, and I understand it's to keep your attention, but it's just like kind of like What's going on? What the hell? What are these people saying? Wait, what? Huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh god. Thank you, Neil Patrick Harris. Very cool.
Patrick Harris is the best Spider-Man. He's better than
Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser.
but he's better than Brendan Fraser Superman, definitely.
Oh, what a funny joke.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
like
So meta.
like seriously, could you imagine him as Superman?
And drinking.
Why
drinking,
Brendan Fraser?
Drinking to forget.
Why not?
Was that?
That is a better question.
Nicolas Cage tried to be Superman.
Oh, what he did?
He did. Nicolas Cage tried to be Superman, but he ended up being Spider-Man. So that should tell you
And
something.
Ghost Rider.
I got something to say about that.
And Ghost Rider.
I think there's this. I follow DC on Twitter, and they've got this podcast or talk show or whatever on their YouTube channel, and they were like, "All right, guys, for a special Christmas gift, we're going to be showing off this. We're going to be showing off this costume from this unreleased film." And I'm like, "Oh, please! I just want it to be the Superman Libs costume where it's like neat, where it's got like all lights and that in it." But no, they just showed off the Superman Flyby film, the one that was going to be directed by J.J. Abrams, and everyone was so disappointed. They're like, "But Nicolas Cage, we want his costume. We don't want this one.
We want Nicolas Cage as Superman."
The Superman Flyby one, I will admit, it's got a nice like light blue to it, but it ain't got no red trunks to it. Then what's the point?
Yeah, that's like so essential to his character, man.
Yeah, fuck you, guy who plays Superman in the new films. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even gonna bother. I got it wrong.
I can't even remember.
He's from Jersey, the guy, and he I've seen him. I've actually seen the guy who plays Superman before. When I went on a holiday to Jersey, he was opening up one of the zoos, the zoo, and there's a big. I believe that they said that they're going to put a big statue of Superman there.
Oh.
In the zoo, because I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that the actor. I'll just say his name, Henry Cavill.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. He I think he got called by DC. They're like, "Hey, make a cameo in Shazam," and he was like, "No." So he might not be playing Superman anymore.
He doesn't want to shave off his mustache again.
Like,
You have to edit out computer generated.
like I'll be quite honest. I mean, Henry Cavill is a good choice for Superman. He just wasn't really given any good lines or direction.
He wasn't given any dialogue. He was just a face.
The Superman I know is a guy who...
Superman, but he didn't have the feel of Superman.
Yeah. The Superman I know is a guy who just wants to do the right thing by saving random people and the occasional alien invasion. But just a Man of Steel is so fucking depressing. And when they get to Justice League, it's so jarring. You're like, all right, yeah, you're trying to rip off Marvel.
It's because I believe it was who was it? Was it Joss Whedon who came in like last minute?
I think so.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of reshoots of them like with chemistry and whatnot, like trying to make them like work like the Avengers or whatever, like trying to create artificial like conflict and like dynamics and whatnot. And it didn't work out.
Oh, and also add like 50 post-credit bits and make the last one with Deathstroke and Lex Luthor just like absurdly long, like a 4-minute post-credit thing for some reason.
I don't know. It's just you could even tell, because I saw Ralph the Movie Maker's review on it. Like you can even tell with the reshoots. Like there are times when like they have like literally different hair, or like like they're wearing like something completely different, or the lighting's off, or the composition's different, or like the color corrections like completely different. Like it was a whole mess.
Sounds like, yeah.
Why didn't Superman keep his mustache?
Because
And
you know you can't have Superman with a mustache. You know,
Hash-
obviously you can't have it. You know, because it isn't like Captain America grew a mustache. Nope, can't have it at all. Can't have it.
Hashtag release a Snyder cut. Keep his mustache.
It's
Release the
We gotta call him
Actually,
out on
the
Twitter.
mustache cut.
that actually reminds me of that scene in the Justice League cartoon where Superman is just like shaving his beard with his laser vision.
Oh yeah. Just
Like, he just,
reflecting
like-
off the mirror.
Yeah, he just reflects off the mirror and just blast all his stubble off. And it's so bizarre, but I kind of like that little detail where it's just like, oh, look at that. He's making a living. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Making conventional needs. I mean, like, why wouldn't you? If you have laser vision, why wouldn't you do mundane things with laser
I'm
vision?
just thinking though, if he's lasering off, then it's basically not ever gonna grow hair there again.
Yeah,
like, at all.
I mean, like, I guess that works for him if he doesn't want to grow a beard.
Mm.
You know.
I think in Kingdom Come the series, I think he has a beard in that, but I'm not too sure.
but
So,
actually,
I guess when he's older.
it puzzles me though. Like, didn't he fly into the sun a few times and live? Right.
Yeah, because he gets his power from the sun.
So why
Yeah.
didn't he come out bald, or stark naked? Because I don't think that suit is invincible, or his hair.
Oh hey, Spider-Man. Let's talk about Spider-Man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You're right.
Well, here's a great segue. Superman is red and blue, and also who's red and blue is Spider-Man as of Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse, what this podcast is about.
From Image Comics.
Brendan Fraser from Image Comics as Ghost Rider.
I loved him in Paper Girls. That's best.
I did too. It was so
best
good,
movie.
man.
Rates at 10 out of 10. Best movie, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, I think you mean 11 out of 10, sir.
Oh, are you talking about when Harrison Ford dressed up as Indiana Jones when he went to the Babylon 5 convention with?
I loved that. That was my
Leonard
favorite part of
Nimoy-
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, when Leonard Nimoy played Wolverine.
Oh, actually, there's like, I don't know. I think Danny DeVito was gonna play Wolverine, or there's like an image of like a mock-up image.
Oh my god.
I really wanted Danny DeVito to play Detective Pikachu, but I'm perfectly fine with Ryan Reynolds doing it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Reynolds
It's
can
like-
really sell a character.
That was very bizarre
but
when I heard his voice come out of Pikachu.
All right, you need to back off, or I will electrocute you.
Like, all I'm giving is Deadpool.
Will electrocute you.
I was expecting
this
him to
would-
break the fourth wall several times when he was doing that.
this would
I'm
have.
pretty sure he will in the movie several times.
I thought this would be funny. In the Teen Titans Go film, they made a joke about there was a Green Lantern film, but we don't talk about it. It would be funny if they actually got. It would have been expensive, but if they just got Ryan Reynolds to play Green Lantern for a bit and just say that line, I think it would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah,
Or there was like a.
My favorite Justice League joke.
but the fact that they
Justice
called out
League Unlimited.
Deadpool
It's
by
when like
name.
they're fighting the guy that
Oh yeah, Deadpool. I mean Deadpool.
My favorite thing from Justice League Unlimited is like the joke when they're like fighting some guy who like it caused like time to be manipulated or like parallel universes or whatever, and like John Stewart was like, I'm like the one and only Green Lantern, and then like it glitches and it goes to Hal Jordan, and then he's like, what's wrong, guys? It's me, Hal Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That episode.
Oh, Hal Jordan. Now I prefer. Why not Alan Scott? He's the best Green Lantern, Alan Scott.
That is the best Green Lantern.
I mean, have you seen his costume?
A pretty epic costume.
His fire.
So epic.
So, yeah, Becky, I expect an Alan Scott cosplay, please.
I already have my.
Oh my god. Please show me.
No.
Oh.
It's a secret to everybody.
Not yet.
Do you know who else was in Green Lantern. Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse. TM.
That was Spider-Ham, yeah.
I just love that
The
Sony's
Spider-Verse.
trying to.
Yeah,
I love that Sony's trying to trademark the animation style. Thanks, Sony.
Oh, they're
That's
trademarking they're trademarking the software which they own.
I mean,
Funny-
it's made in-house,
funny thing,
they
I
can
was-
do that.
Wait, is it?
In
Is it
fact,
made in? Well, is it made in house?
I think it was like
I think-
Pixar's is made
yeah.
in-house too.
I don't know
Oh.
about what about DreamWorks? Are they in house or?
I don't know. I think they use Maya and other common programs.
Oh, okay.
3ds
Okay.
Max.
I don't exactly know how you can trademark like an animations or like I don't know. That sounds like that'll be pretty difficult to do, or like it doesn't sound exactly ethical.
Yeah, no. Like if you're gonna make another comic book movie, especially if it's animated, I would want to see more of this Spider-Verse style.
yeah, but it's best like they don't do it too much. Otherwise, like you know how like magical when we first saw the trailer, we're like, oh my god, that animation is so gorgeous. But if they keep if they keep giving us the same stuff over and over again, we might grow tiresome of it. So
Yeah.
it's best if they like change it up a bit, like every so often.
Like if they were just, let's say for example, they were gonna focus on Penny Parker. I'd want it to be like more same kind of style, but more manga-ish.
Yeah,
Go even more all out with the anime crap.
pretty much. Yeah,
Apparently, there's going to be a Spider-Ham movie. That'll be interesting.
we want Piggy.
Yes. I want-
Yes, Amy. Didn't Amy Pascal or
No, that was
AVA
AVA Rad said that.
AVA Red.
We want
We
Piggy.
want Piggy.
I wonder if in that I wonder if they're gonna like bring back almost everybody else in that other movie, or maybe it's
Oh.
like this might be a
Oh.
series of movies. Like they just team up with different Spider-Men.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's gonna be a series. Amy Pascal said, like in an interview early.
For
She better
the
not
game,
mess
I'd
it
love
up.
that a lot.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I felt like
There was a
Spider-Verse was
Spider-Verse
really
game.
focusing on Gwen, Miles, and other Peter. Like
Yeah.
the secondary Spider-Man didn't really get much time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They brushed over like their origin stories, kind of, sort of. Also,
They literally like
Yeah.
shoved it to the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
literally.
like they kind of did
yeah.
it more
Took the
for
panels
Joe.
and shoved it at the side of the screen.
Well, it was also to show like that there are like there's like a wide array of different like quirky like off the wall like Spider-Man from different universes that all like found their way, because that scene when after spoilers, Miles' uncle dies and they go to his his room. He's like, oh yeah, that's the hardest part of the job, like it's happened to all of us.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, where they explain where they've lost people that they loved and that led them to being Spider-Man. Like Peter saying it was my Uncle Ben, Noir saying it was his Uncle Benjamin, and then Penny saying it was her father, Gwen saying it was Peter Parker, her best friend. Though Spider-Ham doesn't say anything, which is weird.
But
He probably
apparently
loses
he did,
animal pun for Uncle Ben.
I mean, apparently
Oh.
he did lose someone because he was the one that gave that little line. It's like, Miles, you
I
have to just
I
face the
believe so
reality.
in
You
the
can't save
comics.
everyone.
Yes, you can't save
Yeah, but what I liked
Whoever
about
was the
this-
voice for Spider-Ham was a really good voice.
Oh, yeah. He
It
wrote
was
the
John-
cartoon.
it was
I
John-
like his voice.
Laney, we actually saw a new comedy like live before he was super famous.
Ah,
Anyway, what I liked about this movie was the comic, how they showed comic books for each Spider person.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I really enjoyed that. I like how when Miles' powers were developing and like he had like the comic bubbles behind him and like everything was getting all weird and like they showed like transition into like with panels and whatnot. Like I wish there was more of that in the movie,
Why is
but like it
Peter
was fine
voice
for
so
where it
loud?
was. It's so loud. What is this?
I have no idea.
Actually, now that you bring that up, there is one thing that I have been kind of speculating. Like, how on earth how on earth would comics like that exist? Like, why is there a comic of Spider-Man? Like, they don't really make it clear that it's Peter Parker in those comics. Like, is it just some random guy who just
That's why I
looks
thought.
like
Because
it?
at first I thought he was like, I thought like Peter was fictional in their universe. I was confused. I think it's just like a merchandise, you know.
Well,
But
I
the
did
thing is,
see-
no. But there was like a like they showed the comic where they showed like the original, like the first issue of Peter.
Yeah,
So
when
like
he
I
was still like,
don't.
what's going on? There was an issue that fell on his face that said the true origin story of Spider-Man or something like that.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
makes me think
so,
though,
like-
is like, but that's the thing. Like, there's a Spider-Man in their universe who's also Peter Parker. So are you telling me that people had no idea and couldn't figure it out? Like, huh?
Even though
There's a
he's in the
comic about-
comic book, like,
Yeah,
wait,
like-
wasn't it a revelation after he died that he's Peter
I don't-
Parker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like where people like, oh
They
wait
did
a
a whole
minute,
news
there was
story.
a
It's like
there was a real
Spider-Man was
Peter
actually Peter
Parker.
Parker. I guess they
They
just
show
labeled-
him in the comic book.
I guess they
Didn't
just
they
labeled him
call
as
him
some
boy or
dude.
something.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
like a
like,
young
oh, yeah.
boy
No,
became
maybe,
Spider-Man.
I thought.
Maybe
My explanation for this was like something different. Like I was like, oh well, when he died, they wrote comics about him.
yeah, maybe it's literally there's like no maybe comics in no universe was like there's no backstory to them, and it's literally just heroes going out fighting the Shocker or someone.
I just thought like it was. I thought of it as like merchandise, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They showed Spider-Man's origin in the like comic that Miles had.
Because
Yeah.
Wait, did that scene? Wait, was that scene before or after? No, that scene was before Spider-Man died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before Spider-Man died. It's just so bizarre. Like, you would think to yourself, there was like, huh, there's a real life Peter Parker that takes pictures of Spider-Man. I wonder, are these two the same person? Nah.
I mean, if you've seen,
Well, you know,
if you've seen the
think
60s
scenes like that help me out with suspension of disbelief. You know,
If you- if
suspension
you've
of
seen-
disbelief.
if you've seen the '60s cartoon, it says your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man on the camera. In
Yeah,
the
it
intro.
sure does. Like that's
Yeah.
a dead giveaway, duh.
And J. Jonah Jameson gets the picture, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Also, like, I thought it was really like bold of them to like actually have a permanent death.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that
Spider-Man
was like, they were
dead.
like, oh.
Like, I'm so used to the
Oh.
Disney death where they just come back later in the movie or just right away.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing is that confused me because like one I didn't watch really that many advertisements for Spider-Verse because I wanted to keep myself spoiled because now modern days advertisements spoil like the whole movie for anything.
I avoided.
So, like,
I avoided all the clips. Not all of them, but most of
Yeah,
them.
I wasn't sure if like that Spider-Man, the one that died with blonde hair, was advertised like at all. Because like when he took off, I don't think he was. Because like when he took
wasn't.
off the mask, and it was a reveal that it was a different Spider-Man. That was like jarring and confusing to everybody because they thought, oh, that's the Spider-Man that's going to teach Peter. But it's like, no, he died. And you're like, well, then what happens to Spider-Man then? And then another one comes in, and it's like, oh, that's what happens. So I think that they did that on purpose.
Because I don't
Yeah.
think they actually did show him in the advertisements.
Yeah, no, they just
the
showed
blonde
off
hair
Spider Drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
pretty much.
showed Peter's grave, but I mean, you
Oh,
could have
yeah.
seen like I don't know.
yeah, like-
Maybe they want
But,
people
yeah.
to think it happened after he died.
Yeah, well, it's like that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. Like they just want you to think about it, you know?
I mean, if you know anything about Miles' character in the comics, then you kind of like, oh yeah, okay, I get that.
Yeah, like I saw the problem, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Aaron Davis, his uncle. But like, it's not the fact that like you that you know what it is. It's just like, you're there to like enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, because that'd be
You know,
like
on the big screen,
That'd
it's
be
different
like,
style.
oh, I don't like this film because I know Peter's Spider-Man. It's like, well, yeah, okay, but
Actually,
Come
not
on.
just one, two permanent deaths. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but with the comics, what they did was, oh, they brought back the Ultimate Peter. Oh, they brought back Aaron Davis.
Oh, because Miles had like a magical tear, and it like,
Yeah, and then
with-
they brought the entire universe back.
oh, and Pikachu was there and crying, and
It's obviously people dying sucks, but like that's like a character arc that helps with development. Like bringing them back, like pretty much undoes it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, like there's
that
no
was the whole.
there's no sense of suspense there.
No,
Yeah.
it really isn't.
With the comics, like they completely undid any character development Miles had from Aaron's death and Spider-Man's death. Like Spider-Man, apparently the Ultimate Spider-Man is immortal now, or something weird like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
I haven't been reading that, to be honest.
I don't know.
Yes, our relatable teenage boy. He's freaking immortal.
Back from the
He's
grave.
immortal, and he gets home before the lights cut off. But he's immortal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peter Parker was immortal, like the Peter Parker of that universe.
Oh, but wait, hang on. This Peter in the film has blonde hair, but in the comics he doesn't. I hate this film. It sucks. It's not accurate to the comics.
They had to differentiate between which.
Yeah,
Peter
I was
it
actually a bit baffled when he was unmasked and he was blonde. I'm like, wait, hold up, what? Why is he blonde? And I'm like,
I just went with it.
that or if it was Ben. Well,
And we've lost audio again. Hang on, let me check something. Yes, it is cloudy and stormy as crap outside. Sorry about this, everyone.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, how did you guys feel about the music choice in the movie?
It was.
Excellent.
I like the soundtrack.
It's so catchy.
At first,
It
I
is
was like, I was kind of worried that they were using like actual established music, but because like some people can have different associations, pre-established associations with those tracks, so it might not have the same emotional impact. But
Yeah.
I feel like they overall did a really good job.
I thought that scene.
I think that
where,
the soundtrack was like really good.
when Miles was listening to that song through his headphones while he's doing his graffiti tag, I thought that was cute.
And then they referenced it again when they were at was it Oscorp? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
was it Oscorp?
Alchemac.
What do you do? What do you do to
Okay.
calm yourself?
He gets stuck. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So I don't know.
Speaking of which,
I don't know how that works.
I did like the this universe's Doc Ock and how they instead of like these huge scary steel mechanical arms, they're like inflatable new soft robotics.
Oh yeah, because what was up?
Tubes.
What was up in Spider-Man 2? That was scary. Like,
Oh, also, speaking of Doc Ock, like one thing I don't know if like this was supposed to be intentional or if this is a plot hole, but like so the whole reason why they want to open up the thing is obviously so that Kingpin can get his family back. But like as we've seen pre-established from all the Spider-Men, if you're in a dimension that you're not supposed to be, you'll keep glitching out and then you'll die. So like either Doc Ock and Kingpin didn't know that, or Doc Ock knew that, didn't care, and Kingpin didn't know because he was stupid. But like the fact of the matter is that like if Kingpin would have succeeded in pulling in Vanessa and his son, they would have eventually died.
Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah,
fact,
they
there's
would have
another thing that-
glitched. They would have glitched out.
They would have just glitched out and been gone.
rip.
There's also another thing I noticed, and it was about Doc Ock. Did you notice the way she ties up her hair resembles that of an octopus head?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you're right. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good detail.
Therefore, Dr. Octopus. Du-du-du.
I don't get it. Wait,
Dun.
wait, I don't get it. Is it because he's supposed to be an octopus?
Yeah, it's because it's the octopus. It's a because
Can you explain
Yeah,
this
yeah.
to me later, please? I'm not too sure, but
Dr.
I don't actually know
Amy
much
yeah,
about
I
this.
got you.
All right, my dad's just
Yeah,
been telling
don't
me.
wor-
stuff
don't worry
what
about
to
it.
say. Yeah,
Oh.
Brandon Fraser. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, what a very insightful guy.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you, Sony. Very cool,
Very
And I'm-
cool, Sony.
and I mean it. Very,
Damn
very
you,
good.
Sony. Damn you all.
God, I can't wait.
I like
for
the
that.
effects in the movie too, like when everything is getting out of control. Like the last fight between Miles and Kingpin, I was like crazy cool. Like all the effects and like the environment. It was like I don't and like the sound design,
Yeah,
and, like the colors and
just-
everything.
I just love that urban, like graffiti kind of style city. It's so cool, so nice to
Yeah.
look at. And it was like all neon in that. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
Did you teach me
I
to do
really
that?
enjoyed it.
No.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Drake, when's your film coming? going to be as good as that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, of course. Don't worry, we'll help you with that. We'll help you.
All right, so we do have a question here from the podcast questions. Favorite character overall from the Spider-Verse?
Ooh, that's a hard choice.
Well,
Yeah.
me, like, I'd have to say Miles. And I know it's pretty stereotypical because he's the protagonist, but I really enjoy this character because, like I said, for years I've been like reading the Miles Morales like storyline. You know, I've like comics like right next to me, like just a stack of them. But like, I really love this adaptation in this. Like honestly, more than the comics. Because it's like he just feels like a relatable like teenage kid. Like he feels like somebody I'd hang out with, you know, or like. I hate to be self-insert, but I feel like if I was in this position, I'd react the same way.
Yeah, he also feels like he's not a retread of Peter Parker as well. Like they're not just
exactly.
like they're not just making him a watered-down version of him, but rather make him his own person.
It's completely different.
Exactly.
I'm kind of torn between like Spider-Ham and Spider-Gwen because like each of them have their own like unique traits that and like. I'm torn. I can't decide.
Like this film's portrayal of Peter Parker.
Which one?
I do. I definitely do.
Maybe,
like a kid, he's like an adult.
Maybe. I think my favorite is probably Noir because I don't want to just call him because he's not. But I would say he's a. Don't kill me, but he's the comedic relief character, but done correctly.
Yeah.
There's so many like Disney films where they just shoehorn in like a crappy character because like, hey, he makes funny faces for the kids.
They like say pop culture references or something.
Look at Olaf. His nose looks like a penis, or something like that. You look at Noir, and he's like, Noir's kind of like. He's serious. He's so serious. It's actually funny, and it's like
he plays it so straight. Like he says like he says something about punching Nazis.
And it's actually kind of faithful to the comics in a way, which I thought was
because the comic was like absurdly like over the series noir like type drama and like you know like it was like a basically like Spider-Man but noir. You know? Yeah.
Which I love.
Which Shade said about how you liked how it's this like Spider-Man like the jaded one was like really cool. Because also I feel like it adds like more weight because we've seen so many Spider-Man movies of just that Spider-Man, so we feel jaded about it also, and we're like, yeah, we know the drill with this, we know with this guy, but you know, Miles comes in, and he, you know, the audience gets refreshed, and so does Peter, you know.
What does Becky, what does Xavier call it? Dead Uncle Simulator?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, there we go. It wasn't just that, which I actually quite like that this film and Homecoming didn't add in the origin because you're like, oh, everyone knows that at this point. But so they just kind of like cut straight to the good stuff.
Exactly. You know, it's like I like how they did the origin stories here because it's like obviously, like, you know, kids and people who don't know much about these certain other Spider-Man, they need context of some sorts, you know, like where they come from and whatever, like introductions and whatnot.
Yeah, it kind of nailed it in their heads. Like, all right, every one of these people, like, they get bitten by a spider, have powers, do things like that, stick to walls.
Apart from
and
Spider-Man,
all of them thought that they were the one and only
he's a spider that got bitten
Spider-Man.
by a pig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Didn't Aunt May in the comics fight the spider and then turn into a piece of pork? I don't know. I haven't read that before.
Yeah, I've not read it either.
Oh, and I'm very confused by
it's weird.
This weird ship on Twitter between, was it Noir Ham? I don't know. I mean, you can ship who you want, but okay. That's okay. It's kind of Shade. What have you been doing?
I'm just looking at Twitter.
Oh, and also, how come they didn't add in your cover of Venom?
Oh yeah.
I'm Miles jamming away to that.
And my Venom cover.
Yeah. Good old Spider-Verse. Is that it on Spider-Verse? Do you have anything else to say on it?
Not that I can think of.
Except for it's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man films.
Yeah. One of my favorite
Yeah, and
films.
this is probably it. And like I feel like because
really
like
good.
see like anywhere else like social media and like any discussions about Spider-Man, like theatrical like releases and cartoons and whatnot, people are like really polarizing about Spider-Man. Like it's like it's never decided. It's always like feuds and whatnot. Like they were like say if someone likes Raimi more than Homecoming or more than Garfield or like whatnot, and they'll like crap on everyone else's like opinion. But like for Spider-Verse, I feel like everyone like as a community unanimously came together and was like, yeah, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
the opposite
first
emoji movie.
Yeah, this isn't a
Exactly. Everyone
for the
came
emoji movie.
here to like, yeah, it's like Sony did a complete like 180. They saved themselves.
It's so confusing because Sony can be really good. Hotel Transylvania, and then sometimes they can be really shit with like the Emoji Movie. It's really bizarre. I don't get how they work. Maybe I think it's the directors. It must be the directors. They must have more. They must push more ideas out for like like Gendy Tartakovsky or Phil Lord or that. Yeah. But yeah, to quote Drake from before, I just love that everyone's doing like a Spidey Sona thing. I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
I did my own. I'm probably going to draw more of them.
I need to do one.
I've kind of done one, but it was like a pirate version of Spider-Man. And I've even made like a cosplay of it as well. So that's pretty neat.
I just made a
That's
terrible
can you
pun.
show us?
Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he be the web-headed pirate or web-beard.
That's amazing.
I thought Webbeard was canon.
It is, but I don't know where. I saw it in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, but not anywhere else.
Oh, and thank you to Spider-Geddon. I guess Spider-Cop is officially canon now.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Marvel. Very cool.
God bless.
It might be one of those Rick and Morty situations where everything is canon.
What a time to be alive.
Yes. It is a good year for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good year for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was
2019 now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Do you think it's gonna get better from there?
Sony's gonna.
I would hope so.
I hope so too.
I wonder
doesn't Far From Home come out this year?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see more Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, and my favorite villain's going to be in it, Mysterio.
Ooh.
There's never been a theatrical adaptation, really, come to think of it.
I know, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I hope he gets his weird, like, fishbowl helmet.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. A spider probably can do.
What do you think? What do you think's going to happen in the Spider-Verse sequel? I think Peter's going to go back in time and steal the sports almanac and make a lot of bids from it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's going to go back in time just to say pizza time again.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Like,
I heard that
time.
they're gonna it's gonna focus on the relationship between Miles and Spider-Gwen.
Because they had that interdimensional
it's a comic. No, the end of the movie, they had a thing where he was like in Miles, can we chat again? And like I remember like there was a comic where like Miles went into Gwen's world, and in that world his dad was evil or something, like a crime boss. So it was like weird.
I read that one last year.
Oh, and there's some another Spider-Man news. There's this Seuss or something, whatever. People got hyped about Insomniac. Who fucking cares? This shitty Spider-Man game on the PS4. Who cares?
Oh damn!
It was the
pizza
Andrew
delivery
Garfield
music going up.
Thank you. Can I just say, thank you, Insomniac, for adding my favorite suit into the Spider-Man film. That's right, the Andrew Garfield suit. I'm so thankful. I just love it that Andrew Garfield, it looks like he's wearing a codpiece. Thank you so much. Oh god, why do people want that suit in the game? I can understand the Sam Raimi suit because that's like
I don't.
that's not beautiful, but
I don't know. It's like I played both Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 like for Xbox, and I really enjoyed the game. It's like more than a movie, and like you the suit kind of grows on you. I guess it was an alright suit, and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is just a run-of-the-mill Spider-Man suit.
that costume is. Oh, are you okay?
Hexen?
It's the winds of hell.
Did you swallow your microphone? Are you okay? It's like heavy breathing or something. Did a bomb go off?
I think it's Brendan Fraser. He's coming for us.
Oh,
No!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh my god, Brendan Fraser!
Coming
No.
for us in Superman and the Superman suit.
Oh, hi, Brendan Fraser. What are you doing? Oh my god! Wait, is that a truck? Oh my god, he can't hear us. He has air.
Oh my god! He can't hear us.
He's got headphones on. No!
Oh god, he can't hear us.
Oh my god! He has headphones. A truck.
Squidward, get out of the road. Squidward, get out of the road.
My god, he can't hear me. He has headphones on. Oh my god, no.
Oh jeez.
Squidward,
No.
we need you for the third SpongeBob film.
We need Captain Magma.
Where's my Krabby Patty?
That meme died faster than Big Chungus.
Crocodile.
I still laugh at Big
Archie
Chungus.
just taught me.
I can't not.
Big Chungus. Spider-Verse has taught me the most important thing. You know, if I ever want to succeed romantically, all I have to do is go to a girl, put my hand on her shoulder, and, you know, just go, hey.
Yeah, I love that meme too. Somebody put that stupid default YouTube music on there. As soon as Miles opened his mouth.
Hey.
I like how he used that.
Hey.
Spoilers. I like how he used that to defeat Kingpin. What is it's like shock touch.
You
thing.
ever heard of the shoulder touch? The what? Hey.
The what? What if he just? What if it didn't work and he just bashed his head in?
But originally, Joe, I thought you were alluding Make-Up Reef and SpongeBob. You know, from Captain America. Make-Out Reef. Good times.
Come on, man. Not cool.
Fluff and Flounder Smell it, man.
Cool,
It's the chief. Who was that guy? You make
I miss like in early SpongeBob. There were a lot of like live action appearances of like people.
I think the sweetest one that I found out was when Sponge was saying, Patrick was saying something about old people, and Sponge was like, "What are you talking about, Patrick? Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience." And
then the old guy is just on camera.
Apparently, that was actually the old security guard at Nickelodeon.
Really?
For the time. Yeah, and
That's great.
They brought him in every so often for random SpongeBob live action things. I'm like, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, I remember he died, and there was like a memorial or something on Tumblr or something.
Oh, on Tumblr. Oh. Speaking of,
I don't know, like on the Nickelodeon Tumblr, they like posted like a in memoriam or something.
Oh! That reminds me. Spider-Verse, the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the Stan Lee quote at the end.
Oh, don't
Oh
remind
yeah.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sitting next to these girls. One of them was dressed up as Iron Spider for some reason from Civil War, and I could just
Oh, sweet.
for the whole film they were just laughing at the in jokes, and I was like, that's cool. And then this was my first viewing when I was with my friend, And as we were leaving, that message appears, and I just heard she started crying.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I mean, yeah, like a lot of people were even saying like, "Oh, Stan Lee won't be in this animated feature," and then people were like telling me that, and I'm like, no, he will be, and then they're like, no, you're stupid. If you think that he's only signed on for like the live action films, why would you think he would be in this film? Wait, he was in that film. Suck it.
Could I just say a special fuck you to some people? This is a big fuck you to anyone who's ever thought about writing shit like this on Twitter, where it's like, oh great, Stan Lee's dead, now Peter can be bisexual. Oh yes, because
oh my god,
the man who hasn't been working for Marvel since what, like the 70s or so, yeah, he's been really holding Spider-Man back. Because Stan's dead, he can finally be bisexual, because that's what his character's about.
Okay, can I say my part in this, right?
Yeah, I was so angry when I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, like, no, like you guys know, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus, right?
Yeah.
I identify as bisexual and transgender, and even I find it disgusting when people say that. Like, honest
really
to God, you have no respect for Stan Lee and what he built. Like, the fact that just because that he passed away, you can then write the character however you like, even though he's existed for over decades and established himself as a timeless icon. Are you honest to God kidding me, you sack of feces?
They're the kind of shitbags that say, why is Santa a white male? Why can't he assassin a black lady or like just like a free independent Indonesian one?
Because Saint Nick was an actual real person.
Exactly. Oh, and that's not a joke. And did you hear about that? People were like, why is it Father Christmas? Why isn't it like free independent non-specific gender?
Apparently that's just clickbait.
Or like non-specific person happy holidays. Because you're allowed to celebrate Hanukkah, but you can't say Christmas because not everyone celebrates that, but apparently everyone celebrates every other holiday. So. Hi, I'm Quentin.
Oh, here we go again. Hang on. I can fix this.
So yeah, Drake's Discord disconnected for the third time. I'm not blaming him. I should have been recording this because my internet was fine. Anyway, that's more lost audio. This won't happen again. Anyway, now back to the podcast. We were talking about how Spider-Verse is an apology for the Emoji Movie. And I was talking about how I watched the Emoji Movie with my cousins at their house and how horrible the movie was. Anyway, back to the podcast.
Really? That's a shame. I was actually going to go check it out after this podcast.
Oh yeah, there's a scene where Jean's parents go on a date in like Instagram or something.
Oh,
like they realize, oh, you have emotions too, just like our son. It's just
thank you, Sony. Very cool. Oh, but
it's just terrible.
The emo chick was actually a princess. And hashtag girl power emoji. Am I right?
And she won't date Jean because she's a free independent emoji.
We don't need no other emoji. I don't think they have.
Free independent emoji.
Oh God.
Free independent emoji.
Like you could tell when something's shoehorned, and that was shoehorned.
I'm actually. Well, hold on. I'm a free independent poop emoji. We're finally gonna rise. We're gonna rise up.
And if you don't use the emoji, you are a racist.
I am. I walk down. I run down the streets every morning. I was yelling, "We're number 2. We're number 2."
You know, now that the glass ceiling has broken, all of the oppressed groups shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
Gamers will rise up.
Gamers rise up. Gamers rise up. I've been watching too much Pyrocynical.
Have you guys heard of a little webcomic called Control Alt Delete?
Nope.
Oh, let me tell you about. See, that's just one comic about.
Do not do an audio loss.
Line.
Yeah, I'm at a complete loss of words for what you said.
You're such a Alright, if we're still memeing, let me do a quick shout out. Pyrocynical. I work on Pet Scuff too, please.
Line on the floor. Get it? It's lost.
Well, it's technically line, short line, longer line, then line, and then line on the floor.
I'm that same dipshit who, on the 31st of December, was like, "See you next year." Memes. Rest in peace with those who passed away in 2018, like Steven Hillenberg. That really got to me.
That's stung.
Because it's weird. When I found out Stan Lee, it took me about a week to kind of fully grasp it. But the moment I heard Steven Hillenberg, I just instantly I really got depressed by it. But Stanley, it took me about a week to fully grasp it. Then I got super depressed about it.
It was kind of the opposite for me because SpongeBob as a show kept going on long after Hillenberg left.
Yeah.
And when he came back on the show for a few seasons, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he passed. I was like, oh no. But Stan Lee was constantly in every Marvel movie, even if it was just a cameo. So
I think it was because when I was a little kid, God, I don't know, 2005, I was probably 4 or 5 then. That was when SpongeBob was really popular, and I was watching it as long as I can remember. I didn't really watch the newer ones, but the older ones I just kept watching. So engraved, and I used to quote it with my friend all the time, and I think that's probably why it kind of really got to me. And he loves all the tribute videos on YouTube, which I do. I think a lot of them are really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the YouTuber NerdSync? He did a really sweet video on him.
This goes to show how much Stan meant to us and also made an impact on culture in general.
Mm.
Yeah, he kind of shaped the superhero.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I only kind of realized how much he did and how kind of diverse he was, because people kept saying that he was just a stuffy businessman that only cared about white males essentially. But a lot of his characters are just standard white males, but then he was always pushing for diversity, and he you look at people like the Falcon and Black Panther, and there's this video that he did last year or so, and he was talking about race and race, gender, and that. I just thought it was a very sweet and wholesome message from him, and he was 90 something when he did that, which I never understand why people say he was a racist or this rubbish about Peter Parker being bisexual. I don't know. That's really pisses me off.
People just try to find anything to make an excuse of, really.
Yeah.
When it doesn't fit their own agenda, they just attack it just because of that.
Yeah, this person died, let's make up something.
I think we're reaching the peak of people being quote-unquote offended to the point where it's getting annoying, and we're going to start saying, oh, shut up.
Yeah. And you can't
we don't already?
I mean, yeah, we do, but you remember that story a month ago, where somebody was suing VeggieTales for all their villains being of color? I thought it was a joke, but no, I found out that no, that's a real thing that's happening, and it kind of made me mad. Are you serious?
Why? I don't know.
Not to mention that
Just
they've
like,
established
yeah.
in universe that all of these are quote unquote performances and plays.
But Becky, I do appreciate you kind of giving your 2 cents on it. It is quite cathartic to hear another opinion.
Yeah. Like, it's no worries. It's just like, people honestly like think I'm like one of those people just because I'm bi and transgender. It
Mm.
means that I'm all for that. I'm like, no. Like, especially when there was like this post on Tumblr. Like I never saw it on Tumblr, but it was a Tumblr post where like, oh, they basically there's this headcanon where Spider-Man is transgender. Now, of course, it's a headcanon, but then people are then demanding like, oh my god, this should be canon, and I'm like, no, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense, and there's like very poor excuses for it, like where like they say that he's transgender because he can't tie a tie. I can tie a tie. Does that make me not transgender then? It's stupid.
I don't get.
Honest to God.
When people say this character should be this gender, it didn't really turn out that good. Like Marvel did that for a little bit. Like, sure, results may vary with like Thor and Captain America and that, but now I believe in like the new Avengers, they kind of just resetted it. Like, oh, Steve Rogers is back and Tony Stark's back. But for that little time, they were somewhat kind of pandering to those who were like, "Oh, what if Tony Stark was a tiny African child, who's a total idiot and I don't like her, or what if, yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, but I don't know. I've always said I'm all for diversity in comics. I'm just like, if that's the case, just make new characters. Like, I think Miss Marvel, like Kamala Khan, I think she's amazing.
Yeah, like do it on a new character, or maybe an already established character made only like a few years back, or like under like a decade or two, not one that was made in the 1950s and 60s. It's like people get real. Can't just change a whole history of someone. That's like going up to your parents and saying, I wish you were this gender instead. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You've known him for so long. Why would you want that? It's like, oh, but they're not like me. And I'm like, well, they don't have to be like you. They don't have to.
I get that people need their heroes and inspirations to look up to, but just make something up. Make up your own thing. Don't establish something that's already been made.
And I understand if you look at Marvel's quite popular, but it's like, if you really want, make your own stuff. You never know; it could be popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like when it's like a new character, but what I didn't like was what they did to Iceman.
Oh, wait, what happened with Iceman? I don't know. I'm not really.
He was straight in the comics, but they made him gay.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not I don't really read any of the X-Men comics, to be honest. I should, but
yeah, like that was the change that wasn't really that shocking, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that was a character that wasn't really like it doesn't have like a huge following.
Yeah, and
of people.
I think they also did that with Alan Scott as well, the original Green Lantern. They also confirmed him as gay. So I'm like, that's fine. I don't mind.
That's not a big deal. But...
It's not a big deal. That's fine. But it's just it's only for like, I guess, the more big characters. I guess it's only for like the really big characters. Like if one day someone just made a Spider-Man comic and they're like, oh, he's transsexual now. You're like, what?
Oh.
What? Where did this come from? No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying that's if they did.
Yeah.
It'd be really confusing.
It would just make no sense. It's just like, oh, this is like totally not contrived or forceful or alienating newcomers while confusing people who have like known the character for so long. It's like, oh my god, really?
Oh, sorry. Did you say you have to go?
Yeah, I sadly have to go now.
You
but
think
I I had an awesome time, you guys, and I want to do this again at a much better time.
Yeah, before you go, do you want to plug anything real quick?
Yeah.
Plug anything?
Yeah, any social media, places people can find you.
Sorry, that's the American talking. Would you like to promote something?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
No, I am just to check out my page, I guess. Like, follow me on, like if you guys are interested in what I ramble about, if you want to follow me for my cosplays, it's on HexenBex. And if you want to see me ramble on about like comic book movies and such, you can just follow my Twitter. Also, HexenBex at Spiderbex and stuff. So yeah.
Well,
sorry, this is so. I'm not used to this kind of stuff.
Well, hold on. Wait, did you just say are you Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we didn't talk about the Spider-Man training video.
Oh, that's fine.
Real quick, Spider-Man training video. It was funny. All right, there we go.
Becky, you were really good in that video.
Video by Salty DK Dan.
Yeah, no worries.
Or was that Joe? I don't know.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
No worries. I definitely want to do it again. Hopefully, I'll do it at a better time.
Yeah, sure. It was fun.
Yeah, we should totally do this again.
Hell yeah. Right, I'll see you guys later then.
This was definitely pretty fun.
Yeah.
Right. Later.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
And on that note, should we just wrap it up?
Yeah, you guys should like record like an official ending, I guess. Thing.
Well, I was going to say, if we ever do like a live podcast, we should Spider-Man training video.
just the video.
We could drag. We could drag Joe out. He could be Spider-Man, and we could be like the kids in the. Like,
I'll do it without question.
Okay, doing all the dance moves.
Sweet. All right, I guess this is the end of the podcast. Joe, you have any final plugs?
Just my Twitter was where I'd say my stuff and the usual thing at Robert_Skittish, and my YouTube channel, same name, Veridis Joe. Come check me out if you want and all that stuff, guys. And thank you for having me on and talk about Spider-Man. That's like my favorite thing to talk about, always. Right. So, great podcast.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's great.
See you guys around.
Season 2 is here, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Season 2 is here, and it'll be better than ever.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Brandon Fraser.